Welcome to Smart Tips and Tricks. And today, we're going to cure some salmon, a dish that your entire family will love to eat. You're not going to want to miss this. Welcome to Smart Tips and Tricks. Today, we're going to cure some salmon for salmon carpaccio. And Cuco is going to walk us through how he prepares it. I've had it before, and it's outstanding. Cuco.
All right, Steve, so we have a fresh salmon right here. I always sprinkle this with fennel seeds, but also we're gonna need some salt, sugar, and ginger. Tomatoes and arugula is gonna be when we plate it. So for right now, we need to peel for ginger. And I'm gonna show you how to do this. You know, we're using the spoon, so because if you use the peeler, you can take a lot of ginger off from the thing, and also you can hurt yourself with the fingertips. So a spoon does the better job than just the peeler. So we do that, and then we chop them off, and then we can start off. So what we did, we already peeled this.
And this is the finished product, correct?
This is the finished product, correct.
But it's important for everybody at home to know how you peel the ginger so you don't lose the flavor of the ginger, and then finally chop it as you've prepared it already.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So we're gonna start up. We're gonna bring this container. It has a plastic belt on.
Like a 9x13 pan with saran wrap
Correct.
on the bottom.
Correct. We're gonna start doing the fish. We're gonna add salt to it. So we're gonna use salt like this.
Now, do you do that on both sides of the fish or just the one side?
And both sides. And I'll show you how to flip it. So we need some salt to take the moist out of
You know,
it.
what does the salt do? It takes some moisture out of the fish, correct?
Correct. It's gonna drain a lot of water. A lot of water.
So as you can see, he's putting a lot of salt on because there's a lot of moisture in that piece of salmon.
Yes. So now we're gonna add sugar to it.
And what does the sugar do?
So it's gonna cut the saltiness from the salmon. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a salty fish, super salty fish.
And it's just regular household sugar.
It's just
granulated
regular sugar, correct. Regular salt, regular sugar. And after this, I'm gonna use the ginger. Add it to it.
So you put a heavy dose on the top side of the fish.
Correct.
And what is the purpose of the ginger?
To get flavor to it.
All right, Cuco, so already we have a heavy dose of salt, a heavy dose of sugar, and now we've got a layer of ginger that you just explained that'll give the fish even more flavor.
Correct.
Very interesting.
Correct. So yes.
No, so the next process.
So the next process, we're gonna flip it so we can, add salt and ginger from the other side.
So as I can see, you have fennel on the back side of the fish as well.
Correct. So same thing, same process. Salt.
Again, heavy doses of the salt on both sides of the fish. And then he'll come back and put more sugar on top.
And more ginger.
And more ginger. So not very complicated.
No, it's not. It's really easy. And it takes 24 hours. The next day you have a beautiful, tasty salmon.
And why 24 hours? Is it because that's how long it takes to cure the
That's
fish?
exactly. That's what it takes to cure the fish.
And when you say cure for our home watchers, what does curing mean? It just solidifies the fish?
Solidifies the fish, correct. So now, okay, so this is ready. The only thing now, we need something to cover and put something heavy on top.
Just kind of flatten it down and
To
keep
flip
it
down,
pressed.
correct. Keep it pressed so the water release.
So we'll
In the
put this
fridge.
in the fridge for 24 hours. But however, you already prepared one ahead of time.
Correct.
So we'll bring that dish out.
Yep, I'll be right back. So it's been 24 hours. We did ice bath to it. So now it's ready to cut it.
Let's show me how.
Yeah,
What's the
absolutely.
next steps?
So the next step is just get a knife and cut it as
So you cut it kind of across the
like
grain
an angle.
and very small pieces.
Correct. A tiny, thin cut, basically.
So the other toppings that you explained earlier to us, you've got
We have arugula,
and
tomatoes.
what's in the little jar next to you?
That's a lemon infused olive oil. So what we're gonna do is just, this is micro arugula. You can use a regular arugula, like that. Some lemon infused olive oil.
So you get a lot of citrus in there because of the lemon rinds in
Right.
the oil. You got the garlic flavor, brings a little sweetness out.
Toss it like- Some tomatoes, just for fun. And
Gives a
color,
little color, right?
and color as well. And also sprinkle with the lemon infused.
Cuco, the dish looks great. You know, we talked a little bit about the curing process and what that does to the fish, but at the end of the day, this dish is a raw piece of fish. And you talked about carpaccio. Explain carpaccio to
So,
us.
well, carpaccio, we usually use the term carpaccio when it's thinly cut. Usually on red meats, you cook the outside, but it's still raw in the inside. In this case, we use salt and sugar just to seal the outside, but it's still raw inside.
And that's how we get the finished product.
That's how you get the finished product.
This is going to be a fantastic dish that everybody in the house will enjoy. Please look at the link below to submit your own recipes, to look at this recipe, and more importantly, subscribe.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this recipe and learned as much as I did. Make sure you like, subscribe, and remember, the full recipe is in the link below.